Hey everyone, it's Illy865 here, and I guess I want to show you guys a little bit of a haul that I was able to get the last few days, and into last week as well. And also, I'd had these for about a week now, but I hadn't had time to make a video till now. Is my CBCS books from NYCC. It's been a really long time. Um, I've waited for more than 3 months, but I wanted to show you the 3 books that I sent in during that NYCC, and just show you what I got. So I guess I'll just start off with some books I got more recently at my local comic shop. On the left is the Detective Comics 474, the first modern appearance of Deadshot, and also on the right is Batman and the Outsiders #1. I found these at my local comic shop. He found some books out of his warehouse, and he just let me look at them, and then I picked a few out, these two in particular, and he priced them for me. And I ended up paying, I think, around $35 for the 2 books. I think it came out to like $30 for this and $5 for this. I thought it was a fair price. I have one of these already that I found, I guess, late last year. However, this one doesn't really have any fading. This is at least a very fine condition, and same with this Batman and the Outsiders #1. I just wanted high-grade copies, especially of this, because of Will Smith being Deadshot in the upcoming Suicide Squad movie. And also Batman and the Outsiders. When I saw this #1, I figured it'd be a nice key to have in preparation for the Teen Titans TV series that's going to come out called The Outsiders. I know this isn't their first appearance, but it is their first full title. So, to have this, pretty happy to get. Not the best prices, but coming from my local comic shop, I wanted to make sure that I was, because this is one of those situations where I got first dibs on a collection or a box again. So at least I got to see these before anyone else did. See what else I found this past few weeks is this. It's an Incredible Hulk 102. This is where they restart the series in 1968, and this starts off. This was originally Tales to Astonish, becomes Incredible Hulk 102. There's a retelling of his origin in this story, and if you've been watching my videos, you've seen that I have a Thor 126 and a Captain America 100, and I'd only recently picked up an Iron Man #1. This is one of those in the set. Basically, for me at least, it completes the original Avengers big premiere issues of 1968 set. I know that the Thor 126 came out in 1966, but this is when everything got titled specifically to the heroes. These are their like first solo titles. Because I know that the Incredible Hulk 1 to 6 was more of a miniseries. This is his first issue in the ongoing. I guess you could think of it that way. And this one's more of maybe a fine condition book. I got it from Newcadia, actually. I happened to see it, and I hadn't ordered from there before, so I used a 20% off coupon. I ended up getting it for like around $90. It's not the best price, but because I saw it was in a condition that was similar to the ones that I had with regards to the Captain America 100 and so on. So I figured, why not just get it out of the way. It was a nice fair price, cheaper than that I've been seeing on eBay, and nice colors here. It's just a little bit dirty, and there's some flecking over here, but otherwise the main part of the cover is very vibrant. So glad to pick this up. Let's see, what else did I pick up? And I picked this one up. It's a Fantastic Four 19. This is the first appearance of Rama Tut. And if you guys also had been watching my videos previously, this was one of my target books for this year. The reason being is that Rama Tut is actually the Nathaniel Richards who becomes Kang the Conqueror, and this predates the first appearance of Kang the Conqueror in Avengers number 8. I think it's by a good amount too. So if you like Kang the Conqueror, this is one of those keys to get, because this is the first appearance of the character who ends up being Kang. And I know that for me, this is about like a VG copy issue. I picked it up for I think $47 on eBay. Not the best price, but considering I didn't really want to pay that much for it, and it's Fantastic Four 19, so it's actually the earliest Fantastic Four issue I have. Something great to have for a collection, and it's in a mid-low grade. Can't really complain too much about it. It just got some wear mainly around the spine, but actually the rest of this is pretty nice. So glad to pick this up. I don't have an Avengers number 8 yet. However, it's not really a big deal for me. It's a little bit high right now. A lot of the Avengers books, since the movie's coming out very soon, they're going for pretty high. So I'm going for my alternative keys right now, and this is one of them because Fantastic Four is kind of still under the radar. I guess I can show you guys my CBCS books that I picked up, or that I actually had submitted and finally returned to me. And I think Many NYC showed this too, is the CBCS certificate of credit. I got $225. Still, again, not that great of a discount for my next order, but I do like their grading system, and from what I've seen, I do like how they slab. I guess I will show you, starting with this one. This is an Amazing Spider-Man 361. I'd gotten this a while back, I think back in 2009 or 2010, and it ended up getting, I don't know if you can see it, a 9.6, which I was actually very happy about. It did have some non-color breaking creases on the spine, and I was a little bit worried about that, but I guess because of non-color breaking creases, it merited the 9.6. I wasn't expecting a 9.8 out of this, and I kind of just wanted to get it graded because it is one of my higher grade issues, for a key at least. And I guess this one's still considered Copper Age, so I haven't really gone into grading my moderns yet. So this is one of the books I just wanted to put through. The next book is an Amazing Spider-Man 252. But if you're very astute with looking at this book, it's actually, it says 75 cents here rather than 60 cents. So it is the Canadian newsstand edition, and I got a 9.2 out of it, right there, which I was actually very happy to get. I bought it, I think last year, and I paid around like $30 at the most for it. And the reason why I had this graded was because if you look at the CGC census at least, you see about, I think, at least 5,000 copies of the American version slabbed. But you only see, I think I saw the last time, was 76 copies of this Canadian edition slabbed. So the fact that I have a 9.2 in this, for this issue, it's not the highest I could get, but being that it is a high grade nonetheless, it's 9.0 plus, it's a nice one to at least have protected. It is the first black costume in the title, and I think it is the first black costume. It ties for it with like Marvel Team Up 141. I think there's one other book that it ties with, but it's a good one to have. Nice to have in high grade. And the last book I had graded was, and this one I was a little bit disappointed in, was my New Mutants 98. This, I think everyone knows what this is already. It's the first appearance of Deadpool. It got a 6.5. I'm not too surprised, because there is a decent amount of corner wear right here. And then if you look, oh, I guess I can't really see the top, but there's some corner wear on the top right corner as well. And there's some nicks that I didn't notice in the back of the cover. And in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have gotten this graded. I wanted it graded. I was hoping for around a 7.5 on it. I knew it wasn't going to get like a 9.0 or anything, but even at a 7.5, it would have been worth more. At a 6.5, it's still worth some money, but not as much. I'm going to probably sit on it. I might end up selling it when the movie comes out next year. But it's a nice book to have nonetheless. I found this a while back. I'll tell you, I think I only spent $20 to $25 at the most on it. So to get it graded, and I mean, it didn't cost me very much to get it graded relative to how much it's worth now. I think this would easily sell for $150 or more. So it's still not a loss for me. At least I have it slabbed, and I mean, it's always nice to have a first Deadpool, right? So that's always a good one to have. Yeah, and one of the things that I do like about CBCS in particular is the fact that you have the grader's notes for free. That's a big thing, because I was going to complain about this 6.5 until I saw what the actual notes were, and then I calmed down a bit, because I looked at it a little bit more closely, and I saw some issues with it, and I mean, what are you gonna do? Can't really do much about that, can you? But nonetheless, I was happy to try CBCS. I will probably go back to them again, but probably only on some of my less important keys. Let's see. Oh yeah, I also wanted to make a little bit. This last part of my video is going to be spideyfan78ct contest entry. There are some books that I do regret buying. Some buyer's remorse books. And I mean, I guess grading that New Mutants 98 is one of my buyer's or grader's remorse situations, but I'm gonna show you a few more things. My Tales of Suspense 52, the first appearance of Black Widow. This issue is definitely, I do regret buying it because of the condition that it's in. I think I paid around a little bit more than $100 for it, and I bought it during the hype last year, and I thought it looked nicer than it is. I think it's more of like a 3.0 copy. I was hoping for at least a VG, like 4.0, but it does have a pop staple here, which I didn't notice, and it's not really faded, but there are areas of fading. Like some of the reds, I guess there was some sun damage to it, because some of the reds, like here and here in particular, are not as vibrant as they could be. That was somewhat unfortunate. I mean, it's still a fair price for what it is, but I wish I had a higher grade of it, quite honestly. But still, these things are hard to find. You don't see them very often on eBay either, so cool thing to find. I mean, from a while back. And I do regret having it, but at least I have it in my collection. One of the other books that kind of regret buying is a Ghost Rider, or Marvel Spotlight #5, and it's Ghost Rider's first appearance. Um, this book looked a lot nicer on eBay than it was. It wasn't actually listed that well. The photos weren't that great. Um, I tend to gamble on those sometimes when the prices are fairly inexpensive. I ended up paying, I think, $75 for this a few years ago, and I thought it was a nicer book than it was. But if you look at the back, there's definitely some water staining over here in this bottom area, and I'm okay most of the time with water stained books as long as they present well. But being that this is the first appearance of Ghost Rider, wasn't too happy to get it. I can probably easily still get my money back for this book, because it would probably list around VG or so. But it's got water damage, and I know it's not that noticeable from the cover, but it did bother me, and it still kind of does bother me. So I don't know if I'd ever look to upgrade it though. So it's a book to have. It's always a key, right? But I do regret kind of buying that one. And this one I bought really early in my collecting days. I bought it a while back, and it's a Fantastic Four #50. It's, in my opinion, it's the first showcase cover for Silver Surfer, and I really like Silver Surfer if you watch my previous videos. In 49 he is on the cover, but it's not that big, and the showcase in that cover really is Galactus. So this was in a 2.5 grade, and I don't know, I bought this pretty early. I was very into CGC slabs, and I think I paid $45 for this book, and I saw that, oh yeah, you have to grade it. To grade books, it costs like $20 no matter what. So I figured that getting this book at $45 was a deal, but it doesn't really make sense to get a 2.5 graded book in a slab unless it's like a major key. Because in major keys, any grade is good, right? So this one I wouldn't consider like a major key. Like 48 would have been a key. 49 I think still is a key because the cover looks so good on it. But 2.5 on this, it was unnecessary for my collection. But I mean, I do have 48, 49, and 50 of the Fantastic Four set over here, so I do regret buying this, but it wasn't all a loss. I mean, I still don't have another copy. So, I guess, I hope you enjoyed those, all of my subscribers on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys, you all. And, I hope, I'll tag you on this, spideyfan78ct, and, hope you liked what you saw in terms of my buyer's remorse books. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.